Hi everyone, welcome back to Grow Roots. This is Shannon and welcome to the January 2024 garden tour. I believe I will be able to fit both the front and the backyard in this month's garden tour. This is the first garden tour of 2024 and it will be somewhat short because I do think it looks great for winter, for the dead of winter, but yeah, there's just definitely not as much going on in the garden in January in North Texas as opposed to, let's say, what will be going on in June. But things are looking okay. We have had one period of a deep freeze. We had 90 plus hours below freezing, and we got down to zone 7 temperatures, so I think 8 or 9 degrees, and the wind chill factors were -9, I think, and that has taken its toll on some of the plants in the garden. And let me show you which plants have done well and which maybe have not done well, and some things I've actually picked up for free from Facebook Marketplace you're going to see in this tour as well. So come along with me and join me as I go through the garden in January. So I'm just gonna come up here first. This is my 3-tier planter, and it's one of my favorite things in the garden. I got it last spring for $10 on Facebook Marketplace, and I absolutely love it. It definitely needs new cocoa fiber for sure, and I will be getting that in the springtime, but I just absolutely love it. It's definitely a good find. This is new to the garden and I don't know where he's going to go or if he's going to stay, but this is our duck or goose. What do you think? I've been toying around like, is this a duck or is this a goose? I don't know, but it is sturdy and cement, and I think pretty cute. Actually, I have a home daycare, and my daycare kids just absolutely love this goose as they're walking up the walkway every single day. They just absolutely love it. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to keep him, if he's going to stay there, or we'll just have to find out. I have Luriapie in the ground that's doing amazing. I covered it in compost for the deep freeze, and it's still evergreen. It's amazing. Nothing's down here, just some leaves and compost. Here I have a perennial Dianthus. It's this beautiful blue color. It is Pink's Mountain Frost, just looking fantastic after this deep freeze. I can uncover it a little bit. I did cover it everything with compost before the deep freeze came. I've got, let's see, yeah, this is a pansy. No, this is a Dianthus. I'm sorry. This is a Dianthus, and some more Dianthus back there. Here is a pansy. The bud, I haven't broken these buds off yet, but the buds from that storm are definitely gone, the flowers, but the plant itself is just fine. And then I have more pansies up here that are doing great. Okay, so here's one thing that did not survive, and I called it. I knew it wasn't going to. It is my Confederate Star Jasmine vine. There's actually 2 vines in here that were transplanted from my backyard last year, and this is what the vine does in extreme temperatures. I mean, you guys will laugh at me for calling, 8 or 9 degrees extreme temperatures, I'll bet. But here in North Texas, that's pretty cold for us. But the vine splits. You can see right there, the vine has split, those 2. And what happens is everything on the vine ends up dying. And then, so you have to cut the vine down. It's alive at the roots, so it can withstand those temperatures. It will grow back, but anyway, that's just what that is. I may put a different vine in that place for the spring. I have some plans with vines for sure. This is my pink bandana lantana. That is one plant planted in that pot, and we're just going to see if it has survived. I have no idea. I've got a Limelight Standard hydrangea in there, and I've got vinca that I need to pull. This is a Facebook Marketplace find. Pretty cool. It was for free. I got a whole load, and this terracotta pot as well was free. I just had to get it. So here is my English ivy on this trellis that I made for it, and it is doing fine in all of this cold. It is cold hardy down to zone, I think I want to say zone 5 or 6. I'll put it on the screen for sure so that you know, but English ivy is fantastic if you want things to stay green in the wintertime. Here is more. This one got a little bit damaged, to be honest. That's new growth. So, but I think it'll be just fine. It's looking fine. I've got some Dianthus in there as well. And one thing I did want to talk about, these are my boxwood. I think these are winter gems. Boxwoods, and there was a lot of growth in the month of December with these guys because we had a very spring-like December. It was very warm and not very many freezes at all. So all of this new growth really kind of got damaged. Mine actually don't look nearly as bad as some of the ones in our neighborhood do, but you can definitely see those yellow/white tips. That's damage on the new growth from the deep freeze that we had, and they'll be fine. I anticipate as spring rolls along, as soon as I see new growth, I'll probably just I'll cut the damage off and it'll be just fine. So let's go to the big garden and see how things are going here. I mean, it's looking fantastic, to be honest. I did also notice there's a lot of sunshine ligustrum shrubs in the neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods. And I've been paying attention, and a lot of people's sunshine ligustrums are not looking so good at all. They did not like this deep freeze. However, mine, I mean, looking at it this way, I don't know if you guys can even tell there's been damage, which there has, just a little bit. All of this like new growth at the top, and there's some burning of that growth, but nothing that a little trim back won't fix at all. And they've thinned out a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but they definitely have thinned out in this deep freeze, but mine are doing really good. And the one in the backyard's doing even better. Like, it's really green and yellow and awesome. You can't even tell that we had a deep freeze, so that's pretty cool. This is a lemon ball sedum. I am going to plant this in the landscape in the spring. I just wanted to see if I could keep it alive even. I don't know. I haven't been able to keep any sedum alive, but I haven't planted it in the landscape ever before either. So some pansies that, gosh, is that a new? That's a new bud since the deep freeze. How fun is that? I finally have a pansy bud that's not damaged. Oh, it's so pretty too. Oh, okay. I also have Mainite salvia that was even transplanted that is still green right here. The rest of the Mainite salvia isn't really in that great a shape, but this stuff is doing amazing. I have daffodils that are coming up. Oh, look. Okay, this is so exciting. Y'all, I haven't seen this yet. Do you see that right there? Ooh, it's a tulip. I purchased 100 tulips, 2 bags of 50 tulips at Sam's Club. I think it was $18 each, so $36 total, and it's a pink blend. And I have done tulips only one other time before, because in North Texas, if you plant tulips, they're annuals, unless you pull the bulbs back up after the leaves have died off. You can pull the bulbs back up and then, put them into a state of dormancy, and then you need, 60 to 90 days of cold time is what's recommended. In our area, we just don't get cold enough for the bulbs. So anyway, my tulips are coming up, so that is super exciting. I see another one over there. I think there's 50 of them planted all throughout this area or right here. So what you're going to see come springtime is pink tulips pink tulips, a sea of pink tulips, and then a row of daffodils straight back here, and then the Dusty Miller, and then the pansies. So Dusty Miller survived the deep freeze like a champ. Some of it's laying down, and these tips kind of got damaged a little bit, but oh my gosh, I mean, oh, they're so soft. They're beautiful. I just love them. I maybe planted too much of them. I feel like they're going to take over. But they're fantastic. And then these purple pansies, these purple pansies are just fine. I can see these black tips on the leaves, but and I probably should go and deadhead these. I'm debating, but they're already, oh look, see, new buds. Yep, I knew it. New buds everywhere, actually. Beautiful. I just love them. I maybe planted too much of them. I feel like they're going to take over. But they're fantastic. And then these purple pansies, these purple pansies are just fine. I can see these black tips on the leaves, but and I probably should go and deadhead these. I'm debating, but they're already, oh look, see, new buds. Yep, I knew it. New buds everywhere, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna take that off. I do need to come in here and deadhead this and get it looking better, because all the new buds are coming up, and this is just gonna look brand new all over again. We do not have any freezes expected in the next couple of weeks, which is crazy because this is in the middle of winter in February. Well, okay, late January. This is still the January garden tour, but we're almost into February and we're still in the middle of winter, and yet we don't have any freezes expected. It's kind of a crazy winter with this El Nino weather pattern. I have Dianthus back here, which actually did get a tiny bit of damage. I have Midnight Salvia there, another one there, daffodils coming up there. I layered all of this bed with compost before the deep freeze, and so that's kind of what you're seeing on the ground there. This is Salvia Greggi. I have another Salvia like right there in front of the white outlet thing. That salvia is a red salvia. I have some more Midnight Salvia buried in some compost back there. Oh, there's one back there too. I had some daylilies back there, and I'm just thinking it went dormant. I hope it didn't die. It was transplanted in the fall. And then I have some more Salvia Greggi and some more of that red. It's Salvia Hot Trumpets is what that is called, and it is still green. Now, this whole front bed I covered with frost cloth. So not only did I layer it with thick compost, especially back there where the new perennials went, I also covered it in frost cloth. Not the Sunshine Ligustrum though, just the new perennials back here, the Midnight Salvia and the pansies and the Dusty Miller. That all got covered, and wow, the salvia is still green. Isn't that crazy? We have our friendly neighborhood sheep, Lambo. I love him so much. And then we've got our beautiful Vitex tree, which I left all of these buds, or I don't know, I left the flowers and flower seeds on for winter interest and for the birds if they wanted them. Birds don't seem too interested in them, to be honest, but it does look kind of nice still. I had a ton of ground cover down here, and I'm a little bit disheartened. I thought the Ajuga was going to be evergreen. This is Burgundy Glow Ajuga, and this, I'm trying to think. No, this did not get covered, but Ajuga is rated down to our zone, and I thought it was going to be evergreen, which was one of the reasons I planted it, and I think it survived. I hope it will flush back in the spring and also bloom for me. I also have variegated vinca back here, and a lot of it is actually, it's not dead, but the foliage has kind of died off a little bit. That's what this is right here as well. Variegated vinca minor. And I've got some back here. It really took over this summer for sure, but it got burned. Really burned, and so did the ajuga. So hopefully it will all come back for me in the spring. And I'm still hoping for spring blooms. Both of these are supposed to bloom purple blooms, but I have not seen them bloom quite yet. So here is my hydrangea that's planted in the landscape. I'm sorry, we still have some Christmas lights. Just a little side trip here. My husband had to go to India. He works for Frontier Communications, and he was gone in India for 4 very long weeks from, I think, December 15th through January 14th. He missed Christmas with us. I mean, it was a very strange Christmas season for us because he was gone. And anyway, so he's just kind of now getting back and he handled a lot of the stuff and took that down last weekend, but we do still have some Christmas remnants up, so bear with me there. You know, that's life. And you can see this is actually pretty good. This variegated vinca is fine, and it's sheltered by the Christmas lights and the hydrangea tree. Oh my goodness. It's sheltered by the hydrangea. It is not a tree. I apologize. And this vinca as well is doing good. But then you see right next to it, it's melted. It's burned. It's so funny how things work like that. Gardening is so funny. You just never know. Here's just the backside of the sunshine ligustrum. It's still really green. I'm not seeing any other sunshine ligustrum anywhere that's still green like this. Like, most of them have burned in the neighborhood and have defoliated and not looking great, but mine are doing amazing. So here is the front garden, everyone. I think I'm gonna have time to go ahead and show you the backyard as well. Okay, so I'm going through the side yard to the backyard right now, and I told y'all that I got an amazing Facebook Marketplace score, and all of this was $0. I just had to drive about 40 minutes, and this all was very, very, very heavy to load, but even the man who lived there, he helped me carry all of these very, very heavy pots in 20-degree weather? I don't know. It was really, really cold as well. And anyway, we got it all loaded into my car. I have a Chevy Tahoe, so that helped. And I scored all of this for free. Oh my goodness. So it's not in the absolute best shape. You can see some stuff has cracks, and I'm gonna have to clean some things out. Strawberry planters, some urns, like, not everything is in the best shape. And the last couple days I've just been kind of going through everything, measuring the pots so that I can take inventory of what I have and what sizes I have. I may not keep all of it. I will keep a lot of it though. And I just wanted to show this to you. Like, one of the things that I'm hoping to convey to you all is that you can be an amazing gardener and have an amazing garden on a budget. I am definitely frugal. I definitely have a budget, and I really like to cut expenses wherever I can, and especially in the garden, but I also still want it to be beautiful. And this is one of the things. I check Facebook Marketplace almost every day. Mostly I'm looking for trellises and things. I wasn't really looking for a lot of pots, but I saw this and I just jumped on it right away. I really thought that there were probably many, many other people that would have gotten it before me, but maybe I was the first. I don't know, but I also got a fountain. Look at that. So this all was free, and the things that I won't use, I will probably either sell or give away, and whatever money that I make, I will put towards my gardening budget. So that's amazing. And you know, I hope that you all can take my channel like as an inspiration of things that you can do on a budget. That's one of my goals, because a lot of the other YouTubers that we like to watch, they have amazing gardens, don't get me wrong, and they're amazing women, but I just don't have that space, that type of space, and I also don't have that kind of budget to do what they do. So yeah, and here we are to the backyard garden. Okay, so I'm coming around. Excuse the backyard, it's not exactly, you know, guest worthy, guest ready. I've still got compost bags laying around that I plan to add in the spring, because what I did end up using for mulch this winter was all of our shredded leaf mulch. So I decided not to use the compost. Shredded leaf mulch it is, but I will put compost on later. I'm just leaving it there. Let me start over here in this corner of the garden. There's Chloe, everyone. She's our new outdoor cat, and she is so sweet and so friendly. Hi, sweetie. Okay, gardening it is. Okay, she distracts me from my garden tours. Okay, so this is my first sedum, Mr. Goodbud. Here we are. It definitely is done, you know, for the season. I'm hoping it's not dead, but these were just such beautiful, vibrant pink blooms. Just amazing plant. I really need it to survive. I've got this Dianthus here. I'm so hoping for some buds in the spring, y'all. This was from seed last spring, and the plant has done amazing. It survived extreme cold. I mean, look at the new growth in extreme cold, extreme heat of the summer. It was still green for me, and I just need to see some blooms. I know it didn't bloom. It's not supposed to bloom in its first year, but this plant is almost a year old. I need some blooms. This is the, I think, double pink Sweet William from Botanical Interest. So really cool plant. Just want to see it bloom soon. I have dwarf Mexican petunia. Okay, so it definitely got fried despite being covered in mulch. And this plant is only rated down to a zone 8, which we had zone 7 temperatures. I think it'll be okay. Mexican petunia around here is very, very hardy, and has survived many, many winters that I've seen with other gardens. So hopefully that will come back and bloom pink. This is a pink one in the spring. I have double play candy corn spirea here, and deciduous. So it's definitely it actually was fine until the deep freeze, and now it's losing its leaves. But in the spring, look at the bark. The bark is red in the winter time. Isn't that cool? And in the spring, the new growth will be bright red. Isn't that crazy? I'm so excited for it. And then it turns colors all throughout the year. Just unbelievable. I love, love, love it. I have a plumbago stratostigma that is sticks right here. It is a perennial plumbago. Beautiful blue blooms as a ground cover. And wow, okay. I only have one of these plants. I picked it up as on clearance. And it is coreopsis, and I don't know what kind of coreopsis, because this is all it's ever looked like for me. But it's still green. I know coreopsis is a perennial, but I wasn't aware that it was an evergreen. Maybe if you know differently, please let me know. But this is crazy. One of the only things that's still green in dead winter with new growth, by the way. And it's coreopsis, a perennial. So cool. So I have a limelight hydrangea here. I'm going to, in about a month, this guy will get trimmed down, and I will do a video on that, on how to trim a limelight hydrangea. This is a little lime, I should say. Second time planting it in this location. It will be the last time. If this plant does not survive in this location, it's not happening ever again. I will always I do believe limelight hydrangeas in North Texas need partial sun, not full sun. I know the plant says full sun, but in our heat they just can't do it. So part sun locations for my limelights are what works best. I decided to try just one more because I really want a limelight in this location. But see how distracting she is? Anyway, little lime. Hope that it survives this Texas summer. Another plumbago stratostigma right there. I do want to point out, Chloe is stepping on them. I've got daffodils coming up. Actually, yes, daffodils. I have daffodils planted all throughout this landscape here. I have tulips planted in there. and in the other blue pot over there. So I will have a bunch of pink tulips in these pots, and then I will have daffodils in this flower bed. Coming around over here, I've got more Dianthus. I've got more daffodils coming up there. I have a Echinacea purpurea here, and then I have a white swan echinacea here. They're just dormant, and they're just fine. Here I have a summer carnival hibiscus. I don't know if it's dead or alive. I do realize that they look like this anyway. I do know that they go dormant in the wintertime. The problem is it went through transplant shock when I planted it in October and just never really recovered from that. So I have no idea if it went dormant early or if it died. So we'll find out in the spring. Chloe is giving it some love, so hopefully that will help. Oh, and then I have Confederate Star Jasmine. Yep, the jasmine vine died. It's okay. Confederate Star Jasmine. Again, you can see how the jasmine vine has died. Yeah, I have some strawberries, a rosemary topiary. I think I'm going to plant this guy in the landscape in the spring. He just never thrived in this pot. I think he will do much better planted in the ground. I have blue agave that did amazing. I mulched it really well. Chloe, that's sharp. I have Texas sage. This is a great plant and it's doing really, really well. And here you go, the sunshine ligustrum. This sunshine ligustrum, you can't really even tell that it has been through a deep freeze. The only thing there you go. The only thing that you can see is the burnt tips, but it's vibrant yellow, vibrant green, amazing. I think this one's kind of next to our concrete patio, and then it's also next to the gate, the fence there, so it's maybe more protected than others, but it's done awesome. I have a Dianthus and an Ajuga that actually did pretty well. So these Ajuga back here did okay. They're more protected, I think. Sorry, there's a soccer ball. That's the lovely nature of being a home daycare provider. You find toys and balls everywhere. And then I have an Echinacea purpurea right there. I have a Confederate Star Jasmine that actually is looking great. I don't think some of this vine did not die. Some of it did. Like this is dead. That is not. I have a Texas sage that's doing pretty well. Another Dianthus. I have more Ajuga down here. I'm really hoping like under this sunshine ligustrum, this Ajuga will take off. It will be so pretty. I have a limelight hydrangea. I had a pine bark nugget bag. There you go. That's gone. Yeah, so this is a limelight hydrangea that I propagated, and it just did so well last year. So I actually planted it in the ground here. It was in a pot. It's planted in the ground here. Hope that it does well. Pink muhly grass, still looking pretty good. Confederate Star Jasmine. Oh, I do have Echinacea purpurea, a few of them right here. I have canna lilies that I need to get back here. I'm taking all of these out. I'm taking all of those out on this side, and I'm going to be putting new vines, annual vines down here to grow up this arch as a trellis. So these cannas I think I will keep, but these I need to dig these up pretty soon and get them out. I have Confederate Star Jasmine. This vine also is doing really well, and I have a coral honeysuckle. I need to upright this. Oh, it's kind of gotten all wonky. Interesting. Maybe that's what's going on. Here we go. Okay, I have a trellis that I'm going to put this on. A really cute black one that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace. This is coral honeysuckle, is rated down to zone, I think it's zone 5 or 6. So this should be okay. However, this was planted in November as a fall transplant. So it's looking a little bit sad, but I think it's going to do okay. I'm going to put it on a better trellis and see how it does. This is a Midnight Marvel Hibiscus. Did beautifully last year. The grasshoppers, the poor thing, got eaten alive by grasshoppers. So I got to try to figure something out this year to help them. But it's just great. I just wanted to show y'all really quick. Look at Chloe. There she is. This is kind of where she lives. Again, she chose us. Like, she lived in this creek before. And we just are feeding her and loving on her. But this is kind of her home back here. It's so funny. She just kind of blends right in, doesn't she? Anyway, back to gardening. Okay, so these are Tangerine Beauty Crossvine. And they've done really well in our neighborhood, in our area. This is my first year with them. I bought these as little tiny plants, $12.50, and they grew all the way up here this summer for me. Just absolutely beautiful vine. I think it's going to be just fine. It does turn purple in the winter, some of the leaves do, so I read that that's totally normal. It concerned me a little bit. The bottom part looks amazing. Look at that. And I'm really, really excited for spring. This should be covered with coral colored blooms. So stay tuned for that. I am so excited to see them. But these trellises are just beautiful with this vine on it. And here's the side yard. So I'm taking these cannas out. I've got to get these out of the ground here pretty soon as well. I have pink skullcap. That did pretty good. See that? That growth is fine. I have, this is, okay, I keep wanting to call it Everolo Carex. It's not. I'll put the name on the screen. Someday I'll get good with the name. Oh, this is like something Everest Carex. A little bit of foliage or brown at the tips, but goodness, what a beautiful plant. There's Chloe again. I have a boxwood back here, and let's see, my amaryllis. I'm praying that it survives. Only time will tell. I don't know. And one of its babies is over there, as well as a daylily. I had purple heart right here. It's done, but we'll come back in the spring. I have a rose mallow here. I'll pop the name of that rose mallow on the screen. I finally found the name of it because it came as labeled on clearance, just said rose mallow, but I found out the name of it. It's really beautiful, and I'll pop that on the screen. And then this is my hydrangea hedge. So they're all dormant, obviously. Yeah, that's interesting. It's new growth on the top there. It's got some buds going out for sure, but just absolutely love this. Can't wait till this revives in the spring. I've got 6 of those hydrangeas and the summer hydrangeas. And here's my no-dig garden bed. This is a brand new garden bed. I've got Turk's cap, which is, you know, done for the season. Will return in spring. Daylily, same thing. Oak leaf hydrangea still has leaves. I'm shocked that this guy still has leaves. But here it is. And so this is the Alice in Wonderland Dwarf Oak Leaf. Cannot wait to see that. And then I've got a Kaleidoscope Abelia here. I've got a Mexican Petunia, full-size purple one. And I've got red oxalis somewhere down here, but that freeze definitely took it, and we'll see if that returns. So there we go. There we have it. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to show you in January. It's just more like, for my documentation, I love to see the garden change all throughout the year. So how better to document that when the garden is, I don't want to say at its worst, but yeah. I mean, the garden is mostly dormant, and I like to see what has survived the extreme temperatures, what what doesn't. This is all for my learning purposes mostly, and I hope that you learn something as well. And then it also gives us something to see the change, you know what I mean? Like just in life general, but it applies to gardening as well. In order to see progress and beauty, you have to start somewhere, and you have to look at your starting point and recognize it for what it is, right? And then when you see the progress and you see the beauty, it makes it that much more special, and we learn from things as well. So anyway, I thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart for watching. It means so much to me for you guys to watch these garden tours and support my channel. I pray that you have a great day, and I hope that you'll click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It is absolutely free. All that does is it makes sure that you are notified when I put a new video out, and it makes my videos easier for you to see. So thank you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.